Hi guys. So yeah, you may notice the hat. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, or if you don't celebrate, just Happy Tuesday. I'm just popping on today. This is obviously pre-recorded, but I'm just popping on to show you all the handmade gifts I've made this year for presents for my friends and family. I'm gonna start with the personalised gift tags I made using my Cricut Maker. So I made them for. I didn't make one for everyone because I ran out of vinyl to. I'll explain. But yeah, I had to have one because I didn't. These can be hung on the tree afterwards. So this is obviously for me. My brother is putting this on my present from him. So this is holographic glitter, and it's from Happy Fabrics. It's glitter vinyl. So what I did was I cut the bauble shape out with the maker. I actually designed this. So I cut the bauble shape out with the craft card, and then I done the design using heat transfer vinyl because I've read that you can actually cut finer detail with it rather than the initial idea was to cut it out with card and then stick the card top a bit to the backing so that you still had room to write on it. But I just decided that was just too much hassle. So I thought, well, let's try this, and it's worked great. Like, I bought a pack of Happy Stripes from Happy Fabric, and you get like 20 stripes of 3" by I think it's 8" vinyl, and it's like random bits from all their collection. You don't get to choose, you just get what's in the pack, but you like get a bit of everything kind of thing. So I thought, oh, that's fun, I'll use it for that. So I've got my one because I obviously love snowflakes, so it had to happen. My brother is obsessed with snowmen, so he had to have that one with the Lord of the Rings style font. My stepfather, his nickname is Pac-Man, so I couldn't not do a Pac-Man one. My friend Kerry and me are so obsessed with Harry Potter that I had to do her one with the Deathly Hallows and the Sorting Hat. And it's like, it doesn't show up well on camera, but it's this really beautiful gold sheen. Yeah, she's gonna love that. My cousin Luke is so obsessed with Superman, so I designed and cut him this. Again, the vinyl can be layered with like up to 3 layers. Obviously, they've got flocked vinyl, so it's got like a felty texture. That or the glitter has to be your top layer because for obvious reasons you can't really expect another layer of vinyl to stick to that. But yeah, you can just layer it up, so that's what I've done here. And then my cousin Luke's fiance, her favourite is Wonder Woman, so I had to do one. Again, it's in that gold shimmery one. So then I wanted to see just how detailed I could get it, so I made this elf one for my sister. I was quite impressed with that. Her favourite colour is teal, so I went with that. This is for my brother-in-law. We will go to NFL games together, so when they're in London, so he had to have the NFL hat. This is for my little nephew. He's absolutely Thomas obsessed, so I had to do this, and as you can see, that detail is so fine. That is how good the maker can cut the vinyl. This is like, I think it's the most detailed one I did. But yeah, and then because Xavier's got 2 presents, I had done him a Christmas tree one too. And then my other nephew, his little brother Grayson, he loves In the Night Garden and Iggle Piggle, so I just did him a little Iggle Piggle one. This is for my sister's boyfriend. He's trying so hard to grow a beard, but it's just not working, so I thought I'd put one on a gift label for him. And then this is one for my auntie Christina. So obviously haven't done the whole family because it was a bit intense, but yeah. The idea is that I can attach them to the gift, obviously with string, ribbon, whatever, and just write on the back of them, and then after Christmas, after they've opened their present, they can hang it on their tree as a bit of a decoration. So it's just an idea I had, like, just to make it that much better. So next I'm going to go on to these little gift boxes that I made. Now, I designed this file in the Cricut design space for this box that's got the ability to have a topper on it. Again, to decorate it, I used the heat transfer vinyl. So first off, I cut the topper out of card, and you'll see it's got a tab there. So I cut it out of card, and then I cut a detailed version with the heat transfer vinyl. So this is like, yeah, this is just the gold glitter. I have got a holographic glitter one as well. But so this is for one of my brother's presents, and it just says in Harry Potter font, but where to put you. And then when he opens it, so it'll go together like that. And then when he opens it, it will say Ravenclaw. And inside, there's this, which is a pin badge with all Ravenclaw attributes in it. So I really like the idea of that. I have got another little idea to jazz it up a little bit more, so I'm going to work on that today. That'll involve a glue gun. So I was a bit like, do I do it? Do I not? But I decided last night that yeah, it's happening. My friend is Cinderella obsessed. So yeah, she had to have Cinderella and Prince Charming. Again, I cut it out of the card and then done the heat transfer on top. But as you can see, all the, look at that detail, it's tiny. And then I just used the happy stripes to decorate it that I had. So I had this holographic one that I thought was perfect for the glass slippers. And then this is the holographic silver that I used for my gift label. And then shoes, and then another butterfly. And then on the box it says, have courage and be kind. If you've seen the live action Cinderella, you'll know that's like huge. And I don't know how many times she's seen it. But inside she'll find this little Cinderella pin that I bought her. So we do like Christmas Eve gifts because we have no self-control. Basically, it was just a way of an excuse to end up buying each other more presents without going over our like self-imposed budget. But yeah, so this will be a Christmas Eve gift. That doesn't want to go back on because of the tissue paper. Got to rearrange it. So yeah, that's what I've been doing on my Cricut. I have made some more little bits, but I haven't cut them yet. So they're just like labels for like care, but you'll see in a minute. So for the Cinderella obsessed friend, I made her some knitted socks. This is the Shapies R Tribe in Cypress Textiles. This is the little label. And it's 70% merino superwash and 30% polyamide, so it's perfect for socks. They feel amazingly soft and they're just a really subtle blue. I knitted them 2 at a time from toe up because I wanted them with an afterthought heel, because I just wanted them done at the same time. I used higher sharps because they're amazing. I absolutely love them. They're like new to me, but I absolutely love them. I think they're incredible. The only thing I will say about this yarn is don't do anything too complicated with it, because it doesn't frog well where it's fluffy and it's so soft, it just doesn't frog well, so you end up with this like tangled mess of like knotted, it almost looks like it's felted so yeah, just don't do nothing too complicated with it, because if you have to frog it, then you're kind of gonna have to cut that section, and yeah, it's a whole thing. I made my brother some socks too. They were initially for Christmas, but he took them basically as soon as they were done. He was like, when will they be done? When will they be done? So I was just like, okay, just have them. He's so fussy, so it's really nice that he likes them that much. and obviously I haven't been able to get hold of them today because, yeah, he's got them. But I'll add a photo like here so you can see them. So yeah, I love this yarn because I love the variegation in it. I didn't want to colour match the socks together because honestly I didn't know. She wanted quite high up the legs, so she obviously knows that she's getting these because I had to get to measure her feet, and she wanted them to go quite high up the leg, so I didn't want to lose yarn by colour matching. And because it's obviously, if it was stripy yarn, like self-striping yarn, then I would have done it purely because, you know, that's more noticeable than this, for instance. Also, I could have swapped the yarn around for the heels to make that match a bit better because this one's pale and this one's dark. But I actually like that contrast. It might just be me, but I quite like it. So I used the Magic Cast On. I watched the Sockmatician's video on it. It's Judy Becker's, but it's Sockmatician done the video. So I'll add the link below to that if you want to see it. And I also used the Jenny's Surprisingly Stretchy Bind Off, so they're like super stretchy, and I'll add a video to that too. So that's one of the handmade gifts. Then I made this clutch bag for my sister. It is genuine leather, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it's sparkle leather. So yeah, I saw this leather and I was just like, I absolutely love it. I need to have it. So you might have seen my unboxing. It's more like an unwrapping video. I had a bit of trouble sewing this with my machine. I don't know why, because when I was going through the other samples that I have of this leather, it was absolutely fine. So I'm putting it down to the fact that I need a different foot for my machine. I'm going to get a Teflon foot and a roller foot after Christmas just to, you know, try. The walking foot didn't make a difference. The bobbin thread just did not catch until I spoke to the leather company and they gave me some great tips. They said try stitching it with paper. So I did that and it worked for the most part. There was still like one or two sections and like I boxed the bottom and I had to hand stitch that shut. But yeah, so I'm gonna experiment more with that after Christmas. But this turn clasp is from Emmeline Bags and it's obviously rainbow, which is amazing, and I think it matches the batik lining perfectly. There's a zippered, sorry about that chain, there's a zippered pocket inside, and I just figured it was just a really nice like little clutch bag. I used prim eyelets in the top for the chain. This is a hemline chain, but the clasps on it would not go. For some reason they just bent inwards and would not come back out again when I was trying to put it on. So instead I got some pliers and basically took the clasp off and then attached these two super strong, I think they're 16mm jump rings to either side, but they're really strong. It's like a millimetre thick wire, and yes, she's not going to be carrying a lot in there, but I just thought, you know, nice bag for a night out. This is actually my own pattern. I'm gonna try and get it on my blogs soon. I want to do a bit more testing first to see if I can refine the making process. But yeah, this is my first attempt at sewing leather. Quite impressed with it. I'm quite pleased with it. I'll put the link to this specific leather, or the leather company in general, if this is sold out, in below so you can see it. It's from Pittards. They have all kinds of leather, all different colours. This is the 1mm black sparkle and it's just gorgeous. Like, it's stunning. Yeah, so now on to the gifts I've made my little nephews. So they're Thomas the Tank Engine Mad. So I actually made the SVG file for Thomas to cut on my Cricut, and he is done with heat transfer vinyl that again I got from Happy Fabrics. And so this is for the little one. He's only just one, but my sister breeds giants. There's no two ways about it. My nephew's 5 and he's like nearly like 3-4 foot. He's like so tall. So that little one's 1 and he's going the same direction. So this is for the big nephew. So when they're together, it's big bro and little bro. So I don't know if you can see the silver's slightly metallic, but yeah. So I actually had a bit of this was my first experience with heat transfer vinyl, and it was a bit of a nightmare. So the first t-shirt for the bigger nephew, Xavier, it kind of, I don't know what happened, but this is a multi-layer design, so I was careful to keep it to 3 layers, but it's all little sections. So the black went down first, and then I built on top of it because the black is actually the whole silhouette. So I put the black down, and for some reason in 2 places you've got to cover it with if you've never used heat transfer vinyl, you basically, the vinyl comes on a plastic sheet called a carrier sheet, and what you need to do is put greaseproof paper on top of that. You can set this with a normal household iron. You don't need a heat press or a Cricut Easy Press, even though I'm saving up for the Easy Press too, which honestly, it just looks amazing. I just really want one, so that'll be my after Christmas saving, because this is my new addiction. Heat transfer vinyl is literally my new addiction. So I put the greaseproof paper down, put the iron on the 2-dot setting, just like the instructions said. In places it didn't stick, in others it bobbled up, and then in 2 places this carrier sheet, which was underneath the greaseproof paper, just melted. I don't know if my iron was running too hot, but anyway, after that I was like, oh, okay, so I need to buy another t-shirt and more black vinyl. The girls at Happy Fabric were amazing. They were like, I really don't know what happened, but like, if it happens again, just like let us know, kind of thing. But this one went perfectly. There was not a hiccup at all. I'd done this one straight afterwards, and it was all the same vinyl. So I'm wondering if it was something wrong with the other t-shirt that wouldn't let it stick or something. I don't know. I don't profess to be an expert in this stuff, but either way, these 2, literally there wasn't a single issue doing these after that one. So this is the second t-shirt. What you do have to do with heat transfer vinyl is press the area with your iron beforehand, and you also have to do it on a solid surface. So an ironing mat on a solid table is great. An ironing board, no, because it's spongy, it doesn't give you the right pressure so you have to put the pressure on to get the glue on the back of the heat transfer to go into the fibres of the t-shirt to give it a strong bond. So yeah, I just literally laid a I laid a towel on top of my table to press it on. But yeah, I really wasn't paying attention when this cut, so all these little sections, like all the little tiny bits, were just lined up in lines, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot to attach it all. So yeah, now when I make my nephew's t-shirts, I'll just literally have a sheet that's got all the grey bits in the right place. So I just have to iron a sheet down at a time instead of having to do it like that, where I had to put each individual piece in place. It was an absolute nightmare, but by the time I realised, by the time I paid attention to what was going on, it was like too late and I didn't have enough vinyl to cut more. So lesson learned, and it's sorted now. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how these turned out, because obviously Xavier's a giant and they just don't make Thomas the Tank Engine clothes in his size, bless him. So yeah, now Auntie can do it for him. Should we put bets on how long I'm the favourite for? For life. So yeah, then I don't know how many of you know about Fortnite, the video game. I play a lot of video games. So I have a Nintendo Switch, and that's how I play Fortnite. But they've got crossplay, so I can play with my cousin who's playing on his PS4, and I can play with my brother on either his Switch or his PS4. So pretty much every night we play Fortnite together. And our cousin Luke, every game, without fail, one of the first guns, or the first gun he finds, will be a blue assault rifle. So, and obviously the sound it makes is kind of awful. So somebody had done a parody video, I don't know, but literally this thing started appearing all over my Facebook. So I made him a t-shirt. The blue is obviously because it's a blue assault rifle. And I've done a silhouette of the assault rifle, and then I typed out the noise it makes in a Fortnite font that I got off Etsy. This isn't a font that you can just type. This is a SVG, so each letter is individual, and you have to like make it work and move it. Anyway, you just have to put each image down. But yeah, I made him that. I think he's gonna love it. But yeah, next I'm planning on making squad goal hoodies for us. I'm thinking our gamer tags down the sleeve, favourite characters. It's a work in progress. But yeah, that's all the things I've done with heat transfer vinyl and with my Cricut. And then this is my design. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but if you do, you might have seen my Tula Pink knitting bag that I made. It's reversible, so you can have it Christmassy. The inside's all Christmassy, and then the outside's Tula Pink, so you don't have to have like loads of project bags, and so you just turn it inside out for Christmas. Yeah, my nan knits, so I made my one's a single drawstring. I've made her a double drawstring, and I'm planning to make a zip one. So eventually these will all be on the blog as patterns. I just need to get one of each type made and refine the instructions and everything. But yeah, this is my nan's. She loves cats, and so I used my Janome DKS 100 to stitch cats just around the bottom. So inside is this festive cat fabric, and like I said, you can turn it inside out, so she can have it all cats if she wants, all Christmas cats if she wants to, or she can have it with the birds. It seems a bit cruel, doesn't it, putting cat and birds together, but I know she really likes this fabric, and this corally colour works perfectly with that. So yeah, but you just literally, there's your drawstring. The drawstring itself is actually mixtape yarn from Wool and the Gang that I had left over from my sandals kit that I made last summer. And yeah, I've done a zippered pocket on it, which is again in keeping with the colour, and inside I've put the same bird fabric. So what I thought was that she could keep any stitch markers or anything on the outside, or scissors, just keep them in that little zippered pocket so they're always on hand. I keep putting my stitch markers and all sorts in mine. It just keeps it all safe. But yeah, hopefully she'll like that. All this takes really is like 4 fat quarters. I think you can make it with 2 UK fat quarters. I need to work out, because this was an American fat quarter, so it was a yard, not a meter. It was like half a yard, then cut in half. So it wasn't like a full British fat quarter, which is slightly bigger. But yeah, anyway. I made this cushion for my aunt. It's just got a simple zip in there. This is a 18-inch cushion in here. So if you want a big puffy pillow like this, what you need to do is get a cushion that is 2 inches bigger than the cover, and then it just is super puffy. I'm not really sure where I picked that tip up, but yeah, I really like this fabric because it's kind of trippy. I got this in somebody's like D-stash, and it's from IKEA, so yeah, I think it's quite cool. But yeah, I really like this one. I think she'll like it too, so fingers crossed. And then for my other auntie, she fell in love with this fabric as soon as she saw it in my sister's bag. So I was like, yeah, you can have a cushion in it. She has no idea. And again, it's just got a zip in there. Again, it's just 18-inch cushion pad. It's like a 16-inch cushion cut. It's like a 16-inch cover. So it's just, I just really like this fabric. And then I got a little bit creative. So, well, actually, those were made last. So I decided to go for the hard ones first, you know, as you do. I bought this Toy Story fabric last year on my birthday, and I made a sheared, like, strappy spaghetti boob tube. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen it. This is obviously for my nephew Xavier. He loves Toy Story as much as I do. So, yeah, I thought he'd really love this, and I've done all the applique with the machine. This piping is very chunky. I think it's 9mm. It's the Clover fusible one. So you just wrap your bias binding around it, and it's got fusible netting. So instead of wrapping it, stitching it, and then having to stitch it on, you just use your iron and fuse it. I've got to admit, I did this. This was the second cushion I made. You'll see the first one in a second. And I found this really fiddly. Like, I was constantly trying not to burn my fingers, and I don't know if fusible piping's for me. But obviously this is very thick. But yeah, I thought, you know, it'd give him something to hold on to as well, because he's autistic. So the different textures of the stitched letters and the raised bits and then the rope, I thought, you know, it's just really nice. I chose the red stars because I thought it was in keeping with the whole Toy Story theme. And then with the back, I went with this metallic stars fabric. This was initially white, but I thought I don't really want to give white to a little boy who's quite messy. Like, you know, kids are messy and whites don't stay white for long. So what I did was I just threw it in the wash with some denim, and then it turned this beautiful, like, pale blue colour. So yeah, I just literally, this is Moda Grunge, which I just had a scrap left of. I just stitched around it with blue. This is I found this online. It was a Toy Story font creator, because I couldn't find an actual Toy Story font. So then, yeah, I just mirrored it on my computer, traced around it onto the Heat and Bond, because this is like Heat and Bond and Bondaweb are like the same thing, just different brands. So this was traced onto the Heat and Bond, which was then ironed onto the fabric, which was then cut out, which was then, you know, ironed onto this fabric. But yeah, I could not do a sheriff star. I don't know if you can see that's actually stitched on as well. But yeah, hopefully he'll like that. He was talking to me about Toy Story on the phone just the other day. He was going, Auntie, Buzz and Woody. I was like, oh, hopefully you'll like your present, little one. So my first attempt at a cushion. So my first attempt at a cushion, my first attempt at piping, my first attempt at a concealed zip, and my first attempt at proper applique was all rolled into this one amazing cushion. So my friend, who is Cinderella mad, is also Harry Potter mad. So this, when my local fabrics shop and So On Fabrics got in this Harry Potter fabric, I literally, the minute they posted they were guessing it, I was messaging them like probably once or twice a month, like, is it in yet? It got to the point where the owner was just like messaging me going, it's here, it's coming this week. So I actually got a message on the day, and they're great. They do online orders too. Like, you can ring them up, you can drop them a message on Facebook or Instagram, and they'll just like sort your order out. They have got a website, but obviously because everything's in and out so quick, you can't have everything on the website. So yeah, I just literally, I couldn't get down there because, like, for one reason or another, I think it was because I've been to an NFL game and I needed to recover. But anyway, I messaged them and I was like, they messaged me and they're like, it's here, it's here, it's here. So then they sent me photos of everything, and I was just like, I'll have a meter of that, a meter of that. Literally ended up with this stack of Harry Potter fabric that I don't regret it at all. But yeah, they actually gave me a pack of fat quarters and said, like, you know, make what you like with it, just see what you can do. So this was one of the things I did. This is the Moda Grunge. This is obviously the Harry Potter fabric. I had to fussy cut that. I couldn't do Hogwarts and not have the crest central on the actual like Great Hall building. So then obviously initially the cushion was supposed to be a lot bigger, but the thing was there was only so much space on the cushion. So I printed it as big as the A4 sheet would let me. And then I thought, okay, what else can I do? And then I thought, do the HP. I could have done the dark mark, but I thought, no, I don't want that anywhere near that cushion. But yeah, this is actually for, yeah, my friend, like I said, and she is a Hufflepuff. So I had to go with this yellow Moda Grunge. I don't know if you see it better there. It just looks like it's been scratched up, and it kind of looks like something that's been laying around Hogwarts being used by all the students. And yeah, I went with black piping. I think this is 6mm piping, 5 or 6mm piping, with some black bias binding. And yeah, there's a concealed zip in there. But I'm really, really, really pleased with it. And obviously that's been stitched all around as well. It's hard to see because obviously black on black. You can see it a bit better in places on that because of the white. But yeah, this is my first attempt at any of that, so I'm really pleased with it. And I hope she likes it. She's actually going to get this in 2 days' time. So I really, fingers crossed. I'm sure she's going to love it, but she might, you know, flip out and tell me off a little bit because she says I push myself too much sometimes, which she might be right, but life would be boring otherwise. So yeah, that is all my handmade gifts. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I didn't expect it to be like 30 minutes long, but yeah, apparently I've had a really good crafting year this year. I literally finished those socks last night, so had to get it done sharpish. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thumbs up if you like the video, hit subscribe. If you've got any questions, just drop me a comment and I'll get back to you like as soon as possible. Yeah, I'll be hopefully writing a lot of those up for the blog soon. A few of them just need a bit of refining first, and yeah, I'll let you know via my social media when it's on. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've had a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, or a fantastic Tuesday.